Hi, this is Jess. Welcome to Dear Craft. Okay, this was our big Christmas present project that we are making for our daughters. You just saw my husband jigsawing out some plywood because we're making a puppet theater for our daughters. He did all the hard work at the beginning. We made a shape together of the puppet theater, how big we wanted it, kind of just guessing. And we sanded it, we painted it. I used some paint that we already had. It's actually the color of our living room at the moment. But I thought it would be a good color for the puppet theater. And now I'm getting started right away on making these awesome clay, using these molds from Orchid Design. It's IOD. I just kind of found out about the company and I'm in love. They have just amazing things to create wonderful crafts and to decorate furniture and paint, and it's awesome. So anyway, I was super inspired by their products to use for this craft. So one of those things I'm using is their silicone molds, and you can use it with air dry clay. And I thought it would be really beautiful on a puppet theater to have like some ornate details. I didn't want to go like too ornate. I'm not trying to make this like this amazing puppet theater, gilded or anything, but just simple enough and a little detail to just kind of add to it. So it's my first time using this type of air dry clay. This is my first time using these silicone molds, and it was so easy. I watched a couple of the Orchid Design YouTube videos on how to do it, and I'm definitely not perfect at it, but it was really fun to make these little elements. So this whole project took a lot of time. There was like buying all the materials, getting all the materials prepped, like cutting out the plywood, sanding, painting, making these molds, these molded pieces, gluing everything together, doing the transfers that you're about to see. So it took several weeks over the Christmas holiday to put it all together and make it for my daughters. So you see me putting the air dry clay into the mold. There are so many reasons why I like these molds. It tells you by grams how much clay to put in, so then you're not putting too much clay in and just like then having to remove so much. So I used my kitchen scale to help me do that, to measure out how many grams. There's like this rim around the edge of each mold, so it's super easy to get like a really flat backing. So I used my finger or like a butter knife, and then use like cornstarch to help it not stick. So I just used a little paintbrush and got that all in there. I didn't have any issues using these molds. It was really fun. I plan to use them for other projects, and it's really hard to make homemade gifts for your children when your children are always around. And so yes, my kids saw me making this. They knew it was for them in one capacity or another, but they didn't know what I was making. So my kids would be playing with the clay while I was making these little elements, and like, look how detailed this is. It's so wonderful. So then I just put it on a paper towel and I just let them dry. And then I eventually painted them the same color as the puppet theater. So I loved these bows. So I got one tray that's like very, like, I think it's like olive something. I'll have to figure out the name of it and put it in the notes. But it just reminded me of like a theater. And then another one that was all like ribbons and bows, which is very much my daughter's. And so I thought it would be really fun to do bows all around the theater as well. So there's the big bow. Definitely the bigger pieces of clay are a little harder to do. And then here's these like amazing transfers of like beautiful designs. And I instantly saw this one, the Botanist, and I was like, that's going to go on the front of the puppet theater. There's the clay bow at the top. And I was like, it's just screamed puppet theater to me. And I just thought it was so beautiful. I just love the gap that like this company fills, where I wouldn't feel confident painting that in any capacity. Like, my talent is not there. But to still be able to create something beautiful that I'm like taking pride in, to be able to give to my daughter. Like, it just fills that gap creatively for me. I chose not to do the words. So to transfer, they give you a little scraping tool, and you're basically just rubbing on the image. And it just takes a little elbow grease, and this is a huge one. So it did take a lot of time per sheet. But I just found it super easy to work with. And as you're like pulling back the plastic, you can see if something didn't come off, and you just go back and rub it on and it's not moving. And again, I found it super easy. I definitely plan to use this type of product again. I also really like that Orchid Design only sells to small retailers. They don't sell to like Amazon or anything like that. So you actually have to like go in store or buy directly from a local retailer. So I got to go to this really cool shop in Venice, which is not far from where I live, and check out this cool shop and meet the shop owners and tell them what I was making. And they're really excited for me and gave me some really good tips. And I just think that's really sweet as a company, just to like support small businesses. So this is me pulling it back, and I just got like so excited. The image looks amazing. It looks like it's hand painted. I just was so impressed with the product. But yeah, it was really, really fun to just keep going. Okay, so here's me peeling back another section of the botanist. And a couple of the words transferred. That was okay. I was able to like kind of just scrape them off. But it was just looking so nice. It comes together so nicely. You can't even see the seam. It was just really beautiful. I was getting so excited. And this is me working in our garage at night after my children have gone to bed, and which was fun. It's fun to work on things in, the holiday time where you could just put more effort into the gifts you're giving your children. I painted all of the clay pieces that I molded just the same color and using the same paint that I painted the puppet theater in. I'm always like balancing between like ornate and simple, and I just wanted to get it just right. And this is the part I had like a lot of fun with. I decided what clay pieces I was going to use, where I was going to put them on the puppet theater, what flowers I was going to use to decorate around all those images or all the openings and the clay pieces. I just like played with it one night, and it was just really fun. So you can see there's one clay piece there, and I thought it would be perfect for the ticket booth side. So one side of the puppet theater has a opening, and I'm going to write tickets. And I loved those flowers that kind of just wrapped around the bottom. And then as I was like putting everything together, I found a T in the transfers, and I was like, oh, that would be a perfect T for spelling out tickets. And again, just playing with the flowers. Where are they going to go? Where are the bows going to go? What looks best? Again, this was like the most fun part, was putting all of this together. I kind of had to restrain myself with how many flowers I was putting on the puppet theater. Again, I just wanted to have just enough. But there were so many beautiful flowers in that booklet that I got. But I plan to use them in other projects. These are like some olive leaf molds that I did. Again, I made more than I needed just in case I wanted to just add more. So again, I only added like 3 bows total, the little ticket plate, and then I added like those little corner pieces on the opening for the theater. And I just played around again with the flowers, what flowers are going to go around that other panel. And so I was constantly like laying them out, moving them, and finally decided that I liked that bow more centered and just flowers around that bow, so it kind of coordinates with the other side. These 2 booklets don't necessarily coordinate. One is called The Botanist. That's the big piece at the bottom of the theater. And the other book, something obviously with flowers. Again, I'll link it below if you're interested to look at it. And I just thought they worked nicely together. I liked the look of them with the color of the paint. And I loved there was lots of options to choose from. So that's kind of it all done and put together. My husband again then helped like putting on the hinges, and I decided then to write the rest of the tickets label for the ticket booth. And so I actually used the letters that were in the booklet to come up with like a good typography to copy, because then I just finished writing tickets. versus just using the big T from the book. And then I had to make some puppets. I actually saw this on Instagram. Someone suggested using like felt ornaments from Target that were like $3 or $4, and then just putting wood dowels in them. And I thought that was a great idea because I was putting so much effort into the puppet theater that I didn't want to put a lot of effort into the puppets at this moment. I definitely see us making more puppets together with my daughters for their puppet theater, but I just wanted to give them like just a couple so that they could play with it right away, which they did. So again, I just hot glued some wood dowels into them. I could like stick them on, or I had to just glue them on the back. They're a little more Christmas themed. I think there are a couple elves and like Santa Claus. And I had to get a unicorn for my oldest daughter. She loves unicorns. So again, that was like a super simple way to just like add to the gift again, and really inexpensive. And I think it'd be really cute to add some like hand puppet dolls eventually. Who knows? We could get into marionettes. You never know. But I like that this gift is like going to keep on giving. My children are really into performing and presenting plays and songs for their family. And they've pretty much used it every single day since they've had it. And it's always out, and they're in costume. They have their puppets out. They're singing, they're playing, they're asking us to sit down to watch. And so it's just really sweet. And I hope they really enjoy it for a really long time. And so, yeah, you just see me keep making some more cute little simple puppets. Okay, so here it is standing up, of course, at night, finishing it all up. But by Christmas morning, it was ready, and the girls were playing with it, and it was great. I was going to add a velvet curtain to it. I didn't get around to that. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But at the moment, it's working great. Here's my house. Just everyone's so excited about it. They played with it right away on Christmas morning. And yeah, it's beautiful. I hope you like it.